Yeah.
They were force feeding us rock stars.
Well, these kids were in bands and they were touring. They were just grabbing them and being.
That's what I'm saying. So they were
keys
flying
to the
into like,
yeah.
they were flying into like podunk towns, taking a band and then making them into fucking megastars, but then they didn't have any meat to follow it. So that's how you ended up with like my boys in Live.
This is your show. This is your show, dude. This is your show. I've been waiting for you to do this for a while.
Well, that's how I ended up meeting those dudes.
So lightning crashes. Boom. York, Pennsylvania. We get the band live. I remember when these guys hit. I was like, damn, these guys are from PA.
Yeah.
I thought
So
they
I had
were
a little-
Pearl Jam my whole life.
I had a little hometown pride about it.
Everyone did.
I was
they
like,
were like the
fuck
boys
yeah.
from home.
Payne lives
But
down by the
then-
riverside, all that shit. Yeah.
Well, what happened was like, so they
I
would take a
remember it.
band like that, skyrocket them to the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then you got four dudes that are like, they're not the Beatles. You know what I mean? They're not going to go in and write the next fucking Sgt. Pepper's.
So you're saying that the music
Was chewing these guys up and spitting them out.
the music industry, you know, they don't have the artists.
It's probably
At art.
easier.
They don't have the A&R
This is what
anymore.
this is what Kanye's crying about.
They don't have the ability to like what happened was they were just like, remember Candlebox?
Yeah, from I remember it from Kenny Powers.
But like they literally took Candlebox from what I remember, and they were like, I remember reading an article in 7th grade being like, this is the next big grunge band, and me being like, note it, I will buy that when it comes out.
Yeah, right.
And then getting the CD and be like, dude, this blows.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they started manufacturing grunge music.
Was Alice in
But-
Chains like that, or were they the reals with Nirvana?
I never got into Alice in Chains because I thought they were too spooky. Like when I was a kid, the video, I thought their videos were scary.
They did have like they were like a transition from like the hair metal to the grunge. So they had
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't my shit.
they had some of that.
I was more into like I didn't get into Soundgarden and stuff.
Right.
I didn't get into Live because I was more into like Smashing Pumpkins and like I needed that like
You had the long cut.
But you're in Alive now. You're balls deep in Alive.
I'm fucking
You're balls deep in Alive.
I chilled and I knew them. So I don't even know how to begin telling that story.
Well, I mean,
The Rolling Stone came out with an article,
Well, no. So when I met my wife, she was working for them.
right?
So I went up to York and I was like, weird. I'm about to meet the fucking dudes that wrote that song. And
Your
I
heroes.
wasn't,
rock stars.
I wasn't a fan, but I was like, this is still fascinating. Like, have I gone to meet Billy Corgan, I would have been like shitting myself. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go meet Billy Corgan. Like, this is nuts. Or if I was going to go meet Beck, I would have been like, fuck yeah. That was the shit I was listening to back then. Or Axl Rose, I would have been beside myself. So I met these dudes and I was just like, it was surreal because like you stepped into what they were doing and they still thought it was 1994.
So this is 20 years later.
This would have been
30 years later?
Not 20 something.
25.
25 years later?
Nah, dude, no, let me think. Yeah, because we graduated in
It's
2000.
10. So it's like 95, 05, 2015.
30 years later. Or
Okay.
2025, we'll say.
Okay.
So, like, you get up there, and it's like, in their world, they were still there.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, just like a fly on the wall, being like, you know, it's my new chick. I'm fucking in this weird position. It's like when you meet your new girlfriend's friends.
Right.
And, like, I'm getting handed, like, yo, don't tell anyone what's happening. Like, I'm getting handed, like, lips are sealed. Chill. Don't tell anyone we're recording.
You were in the writer's room.
I was in the writer's room.
Okay.
Oh, like songs are coming out with?
Just whatever. Like every once in a while they'd say something and I'd be over there just like waiting to spray again or something. And they'd be like,
Stop, dude.
you know how it is when you first get your babe and you're just
You're
like,
leaking.
you're just walking, following them. Like, are we gonna have sex again?
Yeah.
But so like my interim's like chilling with those dudes.
Yeah.
But it's just bizarre because like I would get like one of them would be like, yeah, I got so drunk last night. Yo, dude, that stays here. And I'd be like, bro,
Damn.
for me to explain where I am right now would be like a 45-minute preamble before I told him that
He was drunk last night.
you were drunk last
It's been
night.
a 32-minute preamble.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'd have to be like, yo, remember that bald dude? Okay, you're with me?
Yeah.
Remember there were other people? Well, one of those dudes got drunk. I'd be like, dude, that's not a story.
Yeah,
Get
right.
the fuck out of here. But the thing that was crazy is when I got up there, they were like, have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of Aziz Ansari's company?
I don't know.
Remember when he had like
I
the building where there was like
remember.
basketball players
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in?
yeah.
Like, so when I got up there, there was this like $1 billion enterprise they were building.
From what you've described to me, this sounds like a combination of like Silicon Valley, like Portlandia. Like this is like a TV show comedy. How bizarre this
Dude, so
this
it
whole
was
setup is.
they took a factory,
Yeah,
right?
it's
A
like
gutted factory.
gentrifying like a small town in Pennsylvania.
I think they tore down an entire neighborhood.
Right.
Like they tore,
Yeah.
they like bulldozed the neighborhood
Okay.
of lesser thans,
Yeah.
and they took a
Inferior
factory.
beings.
Like I want to say, I'm not good with square footage. I'd say 50,000 square foot. Does that sound like a factory?
Yep.
Definitely.
Like that's a full size factory.
That's
This
a-
is like the
that's a
size
big-
of like
Big building.
this would have been the size of like
This whole house is too.
This might have been 120,000 square feet. This was massive. It was like an old printing press or something.
Okay.
So they took it. They each built a wing for themselves. Right? Then they built like $1 billion recording studio, decks. There was literally like
Where'd they get all the coin for this?
that's where I came in. That's where fucking
Big
Detective
dog.
Tom came in. So like it was literally like a $50,000 kitchen, and then you would turn the corner and there'd be a matching one on the other side. Because they were trying to set it up so like people could come stay there and have their own, like let's say like Harry Styles came, he would have his entourage.
So they're trying to make their own like Abbey Road thing.
They were building Abbey Road. They were building
Okay.
Apple Studios.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is fucking cool. I guess this is what happened with all the money, you know. So like, the more I hung out, I was like, yo, this doesn't make any sense.
You're a businessman. You
I'm a
understand how
fucking-
money
you know,
works.
Like it was literally like everyone had like a top of the line SUV with a matching top of the line Denali for each member in a private parking space. And dude, we're in the middle of like a beat to shit town.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like Chester. So we're sitting in basically Chester in
Yeah,
Central
like
PA.
Reading.
Like Reading, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to all those towns. I don't want to talk down, but it was like you
Yeah.
didn't see
You don't
this
see this kind of wealth. Yeah.
So like
Same person.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, but I just
And dude, when things don't make sense, you're the last dude I want around.
can't
Like,
fucking handle
You
it.
are a bloodhound.
When things don't
You
add
are
up,
you are Mr. Holmes, because when fucking I would not want you on my case.
I do. When things don't add up, I can't
You-
sleep.
You love the you love the goss.
I do. It
You
is my
love-
weakness.
You love the goss.
but I'll admit
you,
to it.
You love the DOS. You
I
love having the
love-
DOS on people.
I hate not. See, this goes so deep into my core.
This is of all people. See, this is the thing. Of all people,
and I'll
that-
tell you what it is. I don't, and I'm working on it. I can't embrace the mystery. I'm a Tars.
there's dude, Bill, the Bowie. You gotta see the Bowie thing. They ask him a question. He just goes, "I'm a Capricorn."
I'm a
Like-
Tars. I need earth. I need groundedness. I can't just accept the mystery.
That's crazy because I'm an Aquarius and
That's
I'm
why I'm a
just all,
scientist.
I'm all air. I'm all
You're out there,
I'm
dude.
out there,
you
bro.
you can live in the ether.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can go to the ether, but I need to come back.
I'm fucking live, dude. I fucked up. I let a wolf in the fucking
Hen house.
in the hen house, dude. Like they are sheep. You
They
are a
thought
wolf.
I was just another
They-
swinging dick banging the chick working there.
They had no idea, dude. This matches up too good.
I pull up. I'm like, yo, this makes sense.
You
know?
got two businessmen out in the fucking cosmos making all this.
I'm not even a
happen long
businessman.
term.
I LARPed as a businessman.
No,
for a
I'm
little
saying
bit.
you are the meat suit.
You're
That's
the
on
meat
Earth.
scientist.
No, you're the meat suit on Earth. You have your other
Yeah.
guys in the cosmos.
For a while,
making
my
this happen.
coincidental situation was that of businessman.
Yeah.
I was just there observing.
He's like
So-
Bowie. He changes it up.
I changed, dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sitting there. At first, I'm like, fuck yes. You know, like, this is awesome. We got a spot out here. We could go there and stay. And it was like, I'm talking like, imagine every single thing you could think of if someone put it into a building.
Well, I'm just imagining like a Silicon Valley level campus,
Yes.
like a campus, but they just drop it into a town that maybe has $200,000 houses.
That they just bulldozed.
Yeah.
But no, dude, they're talking like, it's like you get a house there probably for $60,000.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm talking like you walk in this place, right? And there's like these top of the line kitchens. There's like alkaline water filter, like
Of course.
it's everything.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
They literally had like, instead of a light switch, you picked what color you wanted the room.
Sick. Why not?
So,
All
like,
of these things are upgrades. Like
Blue,
normal
red, green,
switch.
It was if you went to
It's like
Home
a
Depot.
$75 dimmer.
You know, you go to Home Depot
Yeah.
and then there's that shit that's like $229.
Yeah.
They just hit $229 on everything. So like you walk in, it's like just everything, fucking decks on
So
decks.
they got you with the glitz and the glamour. What happens next?
So I'm sitting there, right? I'm like, this is fucking chill. I go up a couple more times. I'm talking to them more, and all I kept hearing is like, we're entrepreneurs. We invested our money really wisely. And I'm talking to the dudes and I'm like, nah.
The angel opens its eyes.
This is what I'm saying, dude.
Adding up, bros. Like, I was like, where's the money? So the thing was, there was no money. Like,
Dude, chill.
I was fucking, and I almost lost my babe over it. Like when I finally blew the kettle whistle, I snapped. Dude. Dude. So like, you know how I do. I hit the laptop. I'm Russ Cole. I got the whiteboard out. I'm smoking. I'm fucking drinking Lone Stars. And dude, but like, and I also just got into it with my wife. Like we're just going at it, and it's too early for me to be like, yo, your friends suck. Like,
without just sounding like a fucking jealous.
Like,
well, no, it's a worse situation because like she thinks they're fucking rock gods.
Yeah.
And then you cannot come at them because it's like this is small dick stuff.
You're just a hater.
It's
small
it would be like, oh,
this is small pee-pee.
So like, dude, I'm like sitting on this. I'm like, fucking cock suck. There's no fucking way this adds up. I never say. Every once in a while, I get a little testy, and I'll be like, "Hey, sweetie, like, so what are these businesses? Like, where's the money? Like, when you walk in here, what's bringing cash into this place?" She's like, "Fuck, like you're such a nosy fuck." And I did have a bad habit at the time.
Yeah.
It's the goss, dude. A lot of Sigmas are obsessed with goss, bro.
It's true. I had a problem back then too, where like, I don't really do it anymore, but I used to like, if I met another dude, I constantly would dissect him and try to figure out like, I was debunking people in my head constantly. But anyway, it's not adding up. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this fucking just isn't adding up.
Yeah.
And then I forget what wrong. So I start studying it, dude. I start getting into it. I start getting in
the mud.
I'm like,
driving around the red F-250.
I'm fucking, headphones, laptop, in the zone, coffee, nonstop.
Yeah.
So I start digging into the stories, right? And I'm like, yo, these cats don't have any money. Like,
how'd you figure it out?
Well, I followed the trajectory of the band.
Right.
And I was like, dude, these guys plummeted right after they had a couple more hits. I think the Dolphin song was a big one.
I don't know.
But I started kind of studying it, and I'm like, yo, there's no cash here.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing some red flags around there, like just things where I was like, there's no money here. I understood what was happening. I was like, dude, a lot of money went into this.
Yes.
But there's no more money.
Yeah.
So like we're sitting in the golden nest and there's no cash flow. There's nothing happening. Like, so finally, I forget how it happened, but like I snapped. I was like, yo, this is all fucking bullshit. You're dealing with some
was
fucking shit.
Was it the wedding gift?
I don't want to get personal.
All right.
I don't want to get personal. I can't. Dude.
Sure.
It's legit. You know how it is. Dude. You don't like being in the courtroom as much as I do.
Yeah, this stays here.
Yeah, it stays here. No, it was just the things weren't adding up. So finally, I snap. I'm like, yo, this is all bullshit. Something is afoot. I can't fucking figure it out.
You might as well put a blow dry on a chick's pussy when you do this. They hate it.
Not me.
They hate it.
Nah, dude.
No, I'm just saying, like, they hate
saying-
hearing this stuff. Until you can break them through the first boss of going out with the chick, they hate hearing this stuff because they just think you're small pee-pee hating.
She thought I was small PB8.
Yeah.
And dude, she snapped. To the point where Dude Man wrote me an email.
Dude, man, come on, dude.
Right?
Chill with
I don't like to use names, dude. I don't like to be in the,
Dude, bro did it. All right.
So
continue.
I get this email that's like, yo, chill. Here's how much money we have. And I'm like, this is insane. It
He
looked
hit
like
you
a
with an
fucking
email, the bona fides?
He tried to hit me with the bona fides. It looked like a 9th grader wrote it. And I was just like, whoo. And at that point,
Now it's war.
no. I put out the SIG and I said, let the chips fall where they may. Only time. I realized I had one ally in this.
Time.
Another great Bowie song.
Chronos.
I said, I will sit patiently. I will apologize. And one day.
Should have took a picture of yourself with a note in the mirror, like, they're going to fail. 11-1.
So I remember, like, I saw the dude after he wrote the email. It was like a tense situation. I
That's
saw him
fucking
again.
crazy.
He's like, yeah, I
Hitting
wrote your email. And I smirked at him and said, yeah, I read it, bud. Never said another word to him. But so then, like, it keeps chugging along. And
I
like,
didn't know it was this fucking personal.
it was personal.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was a Cold War.
When you tussle with Russell, the cops will bust.
Dude, so like, anyway, I'm like sitting on it. I'm like, this has to fucking break. There's no way this can keep going. Wake up one morning. I think I don't know which one of my beings told me to check the internet, but like it was like, yo, go online. I pop on, the whole fucking cookie crumbles. Like I don't know what happened, but
You're like the dude for the Big Short.
I never know what happened. It wasn't the beings didn't tell me. I got someone sent Dana an email because the one dude that was like their chief investor started dating one of the 21-year-old girls working there.
Oof.
And went berserker on her.
What do you mean?
This is all court stuff. I'm not just besmirching the man.
Yeah. Right.
He bought her
If
a
it's
car.
wrong, sue us.
Yeah. He bought her a car. So, you can sue the War Mode store.
Yeah.
What's it called? He bought her a car and a house. Right.
Yeah.
So he had a 21-year-old. I don't know. Maybe she was 22, whatever. He had a girl working for him. Bought her a car and a house. And then she tried to end it. And he just went hard on her to the point where
sore loser.
She took her car in to get serviced at Mercedes, and they found a GPS tracker.
Holy fuck!
In it, right?
As you do.
Yeah.
He also
she got kidnapped
For safety.
according to court records, got a Wi-Fi scrambler to bust up her Nest cam, kicked in her door, ran up in her house, and like tried to convince her
Jostled
to get
her.
back together.
Yeah.
Baby.
True love travels on a gravel road, bro.
So,
Elvis
he did
said
all
that.
this stuff. I can't even remember the rest of it. You'd have to look it up.
This is very personal stuff. So
He went hard, right?
Yeah.
So once he went hard on her, that kind of blew the case open where like I think he stepped down as CEO of their like burgeoning company. And then the other investors started getting access to like the financials.
But the squad, the squad, obviously they're playing at the Soaring Eagle Casino in Mount Pleasant, New Year's. But if they were on a business trajectory, they had a business that they were setting up that you called me about a couple years ago that made no fucking sense.
Yeah, they were
where you were explaining to me like these guys are about to get paid. They're doing some kind of like weird internet thing, and it involved like running cables.
Yeah.
Trace Comas.
And I told you, I was like, dude, there's no way they're running high-speed internet lines through all these townships with that little cake.
It's true.
Because you have to pay off every
So what I think they
township.
did was they went and
So they built this campus, and the business for the campus was going to be some kind of
like tech thing.
It was a tech thing.
It was a high-speed internet
It
thing.
wasn't
Comcast of sorts.
So they had
it wasn't just musician stuff.
No. They had a whole business thing, and then that's where they took all the money in. But then from that money, supposedly, according to what they're saying now in the papers, they used that money to live like gods. So that's where the money was coming from. But there was no.
So they were just con men.
I still to this day don't know if it was
Stupidity.
if it was like
It's not confidence, man.
if it was hubris.
Hubris? Yeah. We'll pay them back. These are IOUs.
I think
These
it was
are-
like
these are as good as money.
The reason I'm hesitant to even attack them is like I don't have any hard feelings towards them. I think what happened was they had so much success so young that they just were like, our next golden egg's bound to come out of our
Sure, yeah.
golden vagina.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think they maliciously did this. I think it's from like, imagine if you were 19 and I gave you fucking billions of dollars and like, you are the next Bob Dylan without muscles. And
it's easy to get bamboozled if that's your situation.
But you also stop developing.
Yeah, and someone came in there to these guys that are stopped developing. Some outside interest was like, I'm going to take advantage of these guys'
take these boys for a spin
fame and
because
fortune.
I can get money with these. I think I don't know. Like I said, I'm not.
So what happened?
So now it's all falling apart. Like they're all suing each other. They're all like millions of dollars in the hole. The one dude's on house arrest. Like it all fell apart, right? And that's where
their business plan for the internet fell apart.
Yeah, they tried to reinvent the internet. It fell apart. So I show all this to my babe with a big smirk, and she just shrugs like, good thing I don't work there anymore.
Oh man, it never feels good.
And I was just like,
after years of fucking investigations.
You know what I learned from it?
This is why the Durham report does just.
But you know what I learned? The whole lesson. You know what it taught me?